Hello everyone, thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. Friends, whenever people are in a different country, they're usually encouraged to either take their sibling or somebody ahead with them so that the person can either stay there and assist them or have a better life. That is what happened in most cases. And you see a lot of people will either carry their siblings, some will carry relatives, some will carry their parents, so as to meet them in the country they felt is better, it's much better than the country where they are coming from. And that was exactly what this woman whom you're seeing there did to somebody. You're going to be shocked at what eventually happened in the end. This woman you're seeing there is called Barbara. And Barbara, who was actually in the United States for a very long time, was married with 2 kids and had a great job as an accountant in an investment company in the United States, and things were moving on fine for her. But her ordeal started when she gave birth to her second child. Her parents back in Ghana decided that they would look for someone who would assist her. It's not easy. You have kids, you're working at the same time. You need to take care of your children. You need to be there for your kids. And if you're not there for them and no one is looking after them, obviously it's going to affect your job. You won't be efficient as you're meant to. And when she had laid that complaint to her mom, so her parents decided that okay, they would have to see how they can get someone around whom they trust and they know would assist her take care of the kids. And while the mom was in the conversation with Barbara, one of the cousin who was living with the mom overheard the conversation and volunteered us and said she would want to come and assist Barbara down in the United States. She's Margaret, that's the name of the cousin. At first, the mom was hesitant. The mom was not so comfortable with her cousin, Margaret, going over to the United States to assist her. They said, okay, all right, what they're going to do is that they will just allow her to go and stay there for 6 months to help Barbara with the kids while she goes to work. Usually when you even apply for visa, they will give you like 2 years, and first 6 months after you stayed, you have to go back before you return again while your visa is still on. That was exactly their plan with the mother and Barb, while Margaret will come and assist, since she voluntarily said she wanted to come and assist Barbara. She came down to the United States and was assisting Barbara. Everything was actually moving on well. When it was almost close to her visa for that first 6 months expiring, guys, this will shock you people the most. Do you know what this lady did? She ran away to the immigration office and met the United States officials, telling them that Barbara took her in as a slave, that Barbara has been keeping her and not even paying her anything, that Barbara inflicts injuries on her, that she is just a domestic slave for Barbara, and to make matters worse, that Barbara doesn't pay her anything. She's just struggling on her own as a slave. Isn't this shocking you people as well? You can imagine someone she took, and this lady was one who volunteered that she wanted to come down to the United States, and Barbara, who accepted her with an open arms, taking good care of this lady, ensuring that this lady is okay and contented and happy in her home. Unknown to Barbara that she just took a monster into her house, because it's only a wicked person that can do this kind of a thing to her fellow human being. And when she had reported to the United States Immigration Office, and then Barbara was immediately arrested and committed to stand trial. She and her husband Kenneth was accused of conspiring to smuggle Margaret from Ghana to the United States to work as an unpaid domestic servant and nanny for her children. You can imagine how people can be very, very callous and mean. Her mother, who is known as Grace, was also charged for conspiracy to send Margaret under false pretense, and she was also extradited to stand trial in the United States. This led to Honorable Grace losing her job as a deputy minister of finance in the National Patriotic Party, that's NPP. Look at how tragedy just started happening to this family member one after the other. The Coleman family, that's Barbara's family, sent 7 witnesses from Ghana to the United States court to testify that Margaret was indeed a family member and that she voluntarily offered to help her niece Barbara for 6 months. And you know what this lady did in court? Margaret now told all kinds of lies, and Barbara was convicted of forced labor, harboring an illegal alien for financial gain, and hiding the passports of Margaret. That was what Margaret actually did. Margaret now hid her passport, and so that was why the court now charged Barbara that Barbara was the one who took away Margaret's passport and hid it so that Margaret would remain in the country and not leave. Meanwhile, Margaret was the person who now took this passport, hid it in the room where Margaret was sleeping. So when they came in to ransack, they now found the passport in Barbara's bedroom. And how did it get there? Barbara was even surprised. Look at how someone can be very, very wicked. You see that this lady mapped out all her strategies very, very well. It's so sad that this is how Margaret wanted to repay Barbara for everything that she has done for her. And in the end, Barbara was now sentenced to 5 years and 3 months in jail. Her husband, Kenny, was also convicted of conspiracy and harboring an illegal alien for financial gain, and he was sentenced to 6 months of home detention and 3 years probation. Meanwhile, this wicked lady, Margaret, was now granted a reward of permanent residency in the United States. Look at how this ordeal is just happening, and it's turning out in the favor of Margaret. Guys, if you're in these shoes, how are you going to feel? Isn't this so painful and hurtful at the same time? Sad enough, tragedy kept on happening. While Barbara was in prison, she encountered many problems. She developed all sorts of ailments, including diabetes, high blood pressure, and recently she even had brain tumor. It's so sad that Barbara had to undergo surgeries, 2 open head surgery. You can imagine how this lady started suffering. They had to remove that tumor because it was only through the surgery that that tumor can be taken away from her head. She served her 63 months in jail. That's the 5 years. And after she completed her 5 years jail term, guys, could you believe that this lady was deported back to Ghana again? Imagine how painful all of this ordeal is happening to her. And all of these things that she was going through, the brain tumor, the surgeries, eventually led to her mother's death. Grace, her mom, finally died. Imagine seeing your daughter going through a pain for something she did not do. No mother, no father would be happy seeing their child go through that. The mom couldn't bear the pain anymore. She died. Guys, to make matters worse, you'll be sad to hear this again. Remember, her husband was also detained and he was arrested and he was serving his own time, but he was placed on home probation as well. He couldn't bear the pain anymore. This man also died. Look at how this lady has led to the death of how many people now. And so, meanwhile, Barbara moved down to Ghana as they deported her back to Ghana. She now recovered over time. Despite these challenges, she undertook all kinds of jobs, including managing a microfinance company and even established an oil palm processing business at Kade in the eastern region. It was at this point that the third brain tumor started to grow back again. Isn't this very, very painful? And upon the receipt of her medical reports from the United States, they decided that if she undergoes a third brain surgery, that she is going to die. The only option she had was to live with it. Imagine living with a brain tumor, going through that pain in the head. She kept on going through with this pain because the surgery can't be done again. If the surgery is done, no more life for her. It was so sad that unfortunately she suffered a lot of pain, which led to her being blind. And as a result of the excessive growth of this brain tumor, she later became bedridden. Isn't this suffering so much for one person who has not done anything wrong? Barbara now met up with one of her old-time friends, as a Mr. Williams, who took great care of her until she finally relocated to her father's residence. When doctors recommended a palliative care for her, she was made comfortable and was provided with all kinds of care and love that she needed. Even in the state where she was living, that's in her father's location, she was going through more and more pain due to that brain tumor that was in her head. But so sad, this lady just passed away August 19th, 2021. Isn't this very, very painful? That was the end of this woman. But guys, this would also shock all of you. Right now, remember that Margaret was granted permanent residency. This Margaret now complained and told the officials in the United States that her family members, her husband and two of her kids back home in Ghana are in danger of death because people in Ghana are after her due to the fact that Barbara's family passed away, her husband and her mother, and they are all blaming her for it. That was shortly before Barbara had passed away. On complaining to the United States officials, they quickly went down to Ghana and brought in Margaret's husband and her kids. So they were all living with her in the United States. But friends, this would also surprise all of you. Could you believe that this lady and her husband eventually became blind? How come? Nemesis catching up with her. That didn't end there. As I speak with you right now, Margaret is suffering from stroke and is currently paralyzed. So she and her husband are blind. Her own is even compounding with stroke and she's paralyzed and going through a lot of pain. You say that you use your own hand to buy problems for yourself. How would you cause problems for a woman who openly accepted you into her home, who took good care of you and now lied about everything, and she expects herself to live happily in the United States? It's not possible. God is never asleep. Please, this is a lesson for a lot of people out there. So many people have encountered problems like this. Some people truly take their relatives for negative things outside the country. Some will bring their relatives, take good care of them, assist them, and in the end, what will happen? Some of these same relatives are the same people that will turn their backs against them and hunt people that brought them into the country. Please don't take out of sentiment because you want to please people, you don't want to offend anybody, and then you bring in people to the country where you're staying, and in the end, those are the same people that will pull you down, that will kill you in that same place. Please be very watchful. Barbara and her mother never knew that this would be the end of their own life, taking up their own cousin. And if you could recall that Barbara's mom was not in support of it, but she just felt, okay, let her cousin not feel like she's trying to deprive her of having a good life. She now said, go there for 6 months. And that was the agreement. Go and stay for 6 months. But Margaret, being so greedy and ungrateful, before the 6 months would expire, she mapped out her strategy, which ended up with the life of Barbara, her husband and her mother gone. No mother will stand the pain or the trauma of her own child who is innocent going through pain. Neither would any husband watch his own wife go through pain for things she did not do and be comfortable with it. You can't live in peace when you see your family member go through such pain. Now Margaret is paying for what she has done. She and her husband are paying for all of that. And she expects herself to live happily and peacefully. You can see her own is even coming in another bad way too. Someone who is blind and paralyzed, what is left of that person? Nemesis is catching up with her. Please, friends, if you're in a country you feel it's better than your own home country, and you want to bring people, or people are talking to you to bring them in, please check very well and be sure of those people you want to bring in. It's always good to help when you are in a position to help, but at the same time, don't be in a hurry to start carrying someone you are not sure of. Even someone you're very sure of, be very, very careful, because people change. Some people, you will know them nice and loving and caring, but when you bring them closer to you, you would see the other side. And at that time, it may be very late. Some people are saying that they've had an encounter with this. Some people are saying they have lost their own homes, jobs, all because they tried to help someone who turned back against them in the country where they felt they wanted to give these people a better life. While you want to help people, be sure of the kind of people you want to help. Be sure of the kind of people you want to bring into your country. Don't just take in anybody all because you want to please family members. In the end, these are the same people that would fight against you, that will fight against your success. Friends, Barbara was just laid to rest on Friday. That is how sad this woman has gone. During her funeral, you need to see how people cried because this woman suffered and died. She didn't deserve it at all. May the soul of Barbara, her mother Grace, her husband Kenneth, rest in peace with the Lord. May Almighty God console the kids whom she left behind, her entire family members, friends, well-wishers that knew them all. May God console them. Currently, the kids are in the hands of trusted relatives that are taking good care of them, and with their grandfather too. These are the only person they can trust, and that is why their kids are with their grandfather while other trusted relatives are around them also. Friends, please, if you have anything to say, you could put that down at the comment section. Thank you for coming up today. Please don't forget to hit on the like button. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you. God bless you all.